If you've been injured, the insurance company that you hear from is not there to help you.
Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
So we were dispatched for a report of a commercial structure fire, as you mentioned, and the initial report was there was an electrical fire with flames showing. As crews arrived, they found light smoke showing from the open doors at the front of the facility. This was a middle-of-the-road strip with a suite intended for a bar and some gaming. And as they investigated further, they found an electrical incident that occurred behind a large product display case. So it was difficult for them to actually get a good set of eyes on what was burning, but it was quickly extinguished. They had to remove the product away on the actual storage shelves and remove a series of shelves away. When they did that, they found an overloaded strip outlet that not only did it have each of the open positions filled with outlet or plugs into the outlets, but also had a double. So clearly there was every indication it was overloaded. The integrity of that strip outlet was melted, as were many of the plugs that were plugged into the outlet itself. So as a result, we had to move a lot of product, we had to gain access, we had to manipulate a number of different things in order to get that outlet and place it to a safe position so there was no further problem for the business. A number of them do have surge protectors, but they're not always designed to handle that type of load, so a lot of times the surge protectors themselves will fail. And we would like to think that peace of mind, by looking at the marketing and the advertising, that it's safe and that we can handle just about any situation, that it will self-turn off, and that was not the case. And at some point in this particular, it became so warm that the integrity of the actual outlet, the strip outlet, melted away. So you just had this series arcing going across each of the different outlets. But the product was starting to burn on the shelves, and that's even more important because you couldn't get access to the strip, but then you're dealing with all the product that was beginning to ignite due to the heat and the flame. Use it to its intent. In other words, if you're going to use it for a commercial application, make sure you buy a good one that's meant for a commercial application that holds greater draw, like amperage and things like that. If you simply don't know, contact an electrician and ask them for their advice. Most importantly, try to avoid them altogether. Install additional outlets. And in this particular case, it was unused outlets in the immediate area, but they just weren't being used. So that's the safest way to go. And if you have to use a strip outlet, make sure it's UL rated. In some cases, you have to see where it was manufactured to make sure it meets the codes and the standards and the intent of what it's to be used for. Yeah, dry chem was discharged in the environment as a result of this place also serving foods in open container alcohol, that it had to be shut down until it was inspected by state health to make sure that nobody would become sick by not having a proper cleaning of the product.
And so are they open now or still closed?
The state was coming out first thing this morning. I haven't heard anything further, so I can make an assumption they're probably open.
All right. And nobody injured?
There were no injuries.